In this video, we are going to talk about a poem, Come Slowly Eden by Emily Dickinson. Emily Elizabeth Dickinson was an American poet. She was little known during her life and has been regarded as one of the most important figures in American poetry. Now, about poem. Come Slowly Eden speaks about Eden, which can be understood as the Garden of Eden, a paradise, or in this case, a person of whom Dickinson is passionate about. Dickinson is basically telling a bashful man to come take her as she is waiting for his love, but he is shy and unexperienced. Then, this is a two-stanza poem with 4 lines in each. Weirdly, Dickinson doesn't use her usual writing style for short works. She switches it up a bit and changes between 6 and 5 syllables. Nonetheless, she does rhyme the second and fourth lines using the and be, while using imperfect rhymes in the first and third. Now the poem. The poem reads as, Come slowly Eden, lips unused to thee, bashful, sips thy jasmines, as the fainting bee, reaching late his flower, round her chamber hums, counts his nectars, enters and is lost in balms. In the first stanza we see that poet is showing her beloved in the form of a bee. We see a bashful person, a pilgrimage, or someone on death's door, or someone in joyous trance, inclining on Eden. The vision is so intense and desirable that the pilgrim only sips bashfully at the heavenly nectar, the sweet jasmines with their fragrant balm or nectar. We then see the bee weak and fainting, and then the stanza breaks, which serves again to postpone pleasure, just as the pleasure of Eden must be sipped. Now the second stanza is perhaps even more visual as we see the bee finally reaching the flower he was seeking. He doesn't dive right in, though even weak as he is. Instead, he hums round her chamber, taking it in and counting his nectar before he enters. Notice how feminine and sexualized the imagery is presented by Dickinson. The final line, in particular, where the bee enters and is lost in balms, it is a beautiful line, and the dash gives us that silence break as the bee enters the flower chambers to be lost in the nourishing nectar that he so needs and desire. Dickinson even juxtaposed 2 feminine slant rhymes, nectar and enter, to subtly focus the attention to the flow of male and female desire and fulfillment, thirst and blissful satisfaction. Dickinson's Eden is so deeply female, and that spiritual bliss is presented as an entering into and drinking of the nectar of that divine feminine. So that's it for this video. If you like my video and wish to support me, then please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.